Hello. This is our team, and today we will be presenting our DevOps continuous pipeline that we implemented over the course of this semester. This presents an overview of our project. As you can see, in total we had 4 major milestones. Different components were added incrementally to the pipeline across the milestones. Our first milestone consisted of configuration management. Here, we automatically provisioned and configured VirtualBox servers using Vagrant and Ansible. We wrote Ansible playbook scripts to set up environments for 2 applications, Checkbox.io, a Node.js-based web application, and iTrust, a Java application, to the previously provisioned servers. During our second milestone, the test and analysis milestone, we added an Ansible script to set up a Jenkins server and created various build jobs, one for Checkbox, one for iTrust, and one for running the fuzzing tool, and added test suites and reports. He also developed a post-commit script that runs a fuzzer for iTrust to generate 100 new commits and pushes the changes to fuzzer branch. We added a useless test detector to these commits. The useless test detector utility helps to detect test cases that always pass. And here is a sample report from running the useless test detector. For Checkbox.io, we implemented a static analysis tool which looks for few simple metrics such as complexity, and it fails the build if one of these metrics are not met. As you can see here, the build failed as the max sync calls metric was not met. The third milestone consisted of deploying the 2 applications, Checkbox.io and iTrust, to production environment. We used Ansible to create and configure our production environment. We created a Git hook on our Jenkins server that triggered a deployment when any Git push is made to the production repository. We used an Amazon EC2 instance to deploy the applications. This was the basic infrastructure setup. We then upgraded our infrastructure by creating Nomad and Redis clusters. In the Nomad cluster, we created 2 clients and showed that if one fails, the other one takes over. In the Redis cluster, we created 2 slaves to reflect the changes made in the server and implemented feature flag functionality. We also implemented the ability to perform a canary release for Checkbox.io. By using a proxy or load balancer server, we routed a 25% portion of the traffic to a newly staged version of the software, the canary server, and the remaining traffic to a stable production server. Further, we implement a rolling update deployment strategy for iTrust, where if one server went down, all other server instances remain operational. This ensures high availability. In this special milestone, we are going to integrate LaunchDarkly with Checkbox.io and deploy Checkbox.io on all of our production servers. Using this architecture, we can then slowly monitor and roll out features to certain servers based on our requirements. LaunchDarkly is a web app which manages the entire feature life cycle of a product. We can release a feature without exposing the user-facing elements of a feature. We can then monitor the performance of the feature using metrics such as click rate, page views, or set up our own custom metrics. If the performance of the feature is above a certain threshold, we can set up a rolling update and release this feature. We can identify different rules to target the user based on country, IP, and set up a percentage rollout to slowly roll out the feature. One important advantage of LaunchDarkly is that even management folks or people from non-technical teams can easily toggle the feature in production without any need for hotfixes or redeployment. We can also perform A/B testing using LaunchDarkly. Thus, we incrementally added components to our DevOps pipeline. Thank you.